they made a second map, huh? That's cool. Oh, and there's a salvage.
Yeah, oh no, I think the servers are going down or something. I'm getting a loading screen, getting booted.
Oh no. I'm loading in.
Oh, you readied it up. Okay, cool.
You good? Okay.
Oh shoot, hold on, I think I switched my Discord sound so I can't hear you.
Did they tell me that they made the AI harder? Let's check you out here. Oh my gosh. Oh, is that the SMG?
Yeah, this is something that they just gave it to me at the start, the first loadout that I had. You know that you spawn in the game with random kind of good things, bad things, whatever things. The first game I got into, I got disconnected, and I lost it all. So this is the second items that I still had.
Oh, nice. How do I use the scanner again?
You hold down Q, it'll bring up the radial, and then you can then scan.
Oh, I'm scanning.
Finding any hot babes, or is it like a gaydar?
Oh, it's bringing all kinds of hot babes. All right, I'll just follow you. I'm just kind of gonna get used to this again. I thought this game was fun last time I played it.
It's cute. I like how everything is really fast, you know.
It's kind of like a cool little world here, you know.
And yeah, the world design is very cool. Very cool, vertical, a lot of verticality. I love that, and that fall damage is like pretty lethal.
So is Doc on the call today, or whatever? Or was it mainly me who was running that
It
mid-next
was
game?
just the creative director and the game studio head, and then the guy who was navigating it was the community interface guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the doc has yet to talk.
Well, he's mentioned it on his stream, right?
Yeah.
That's what's super interesting. Let's see what my ads are.
Yeah, Doc he's been live streaming this game. He tried to start at the start of his stream to play this, but it kept disconnecting on him. So then he was playing chess, but he was live streaming. Yeah, first he was doing Wordle, and then he was doing chess.
Oh my gosh. Do you know which ones the Striders are?
Little fast guys, two legs maybe. Oh man, I almost fell under the map.
Uh-oh.
So if I break this rock, can you get the stuff from it? Like, do you get your own loot?
Let me see. When you open that box, I couldn't. So I kind of think it's over here first. Oh shit, you're not kidding. That's over here. Oh shit. That's a dangerous spot.
It's dangerous.
No, I don't see it.
Did you get these other rocks over here?
I got one of them. I think there's another. Where is it?
I think after this first mission, like it seems like a tutorial kind of mission. So once every time they keep asking me to do a mining, I'm just gonna reject the mission if I can. I just want to kill players.
Oh, it's just like a. What is it? missions are non-stop, right?
Yeah, I think they're non-stop, but I think like hopefully after these first 3 missions, these are like the starter missions that I've accepted, then we'll get the option to cancel and accept whatever missions we want.
Yeah. So you have
I would hope.
right?
Right? Say again?
You have the same ones as me. You have to get the seed and kill Strider.
Yes. I just finished Time to Punch In Part 1. Now I have Your Civic Duty and Dangerous Signs.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in the same as you. We're just a couple of adventurers out here in the big old world.
Do you have anything from your previous playtest?
No, it looked like it just wiped it all. Like when I logged in, didn't you play the one before too?
I actually don't think I got around to it. Yeah, I think you guys were playing because yeah, I definitely would have tried to stream snipe you if I did have access, but I didn't have access to the game at the time.
I think you were trying to get access like right at the tail end.
That's right. I had.
Because it went from like anybody could get it, and I got in, and then all of a sudden it got kind of popular on Twitch, and then they started like.
Yeah, the servers were getting swamped. Yeah, I had access when it was just on Epic Games, and it was purely battle royale, fast paced, and there was like the health system was entirely different. This game is much better. I love like the slow pace, like take your time, explore a world kind of thing, be tactical.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I was doing wrong last time. Because it was like your characters were speedy, I was thinking it's like Call of Duty. So I was like running around, but like the fights aren't like that, you know? It's more,
Let's go up this tower back here. Cause I'm hearing like, I don't know what sound that is, like a helicopter.
yeah, it could be evacuating. Or is that just the storm? Where's the? Oh, are these straight? Nope. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Nice.
Job done.
I think we can loot. Oh yeah, you can. Those things drop a little trophy. All right, so we did those two. I got it. I'm ready to evac when you're ready.
Deliver compound sheets. What's that about?
I think I just picked it. Let me see in my inventory. I'm pretty sure I just randomly picked that up. So I just need to find the.
Yeah, do you mind? Can you try and drop that and see if I can pick it up, and then I'll drop it and give it back to you?
But then it goes off my thing. I just dropped it.
Oh, I see.
No, I don't have it. So we just need one more of those. I picked it up in a like a crate. Let's just start heading towards one of these evacs, and then if there's any little exploration things.
Good thinking.
Oh, big boy. He took a little bite. He took a tiny little bite off. Oh, somebody was here. Look at this backpack. Somebody's sniffing around.
I picked up the backpack because I sold all my backpacks.
You need the money?
Yeah, I need the money, man. I've got an addiction.
You're trying to get max already. Get the best weapon.
Seriously though, you like they give you a whole bunch of money at the start. Just sell all that useless like common or.
Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. That thing is them. Somebody got out of here.
I like this tunnel over here. I'll follow you though.
Oh, I don't know what this is. We can explore it.
And behind you.
We're not leaving, but we can find that compound machine or whatever.
Yep. And this game is nice compared to Tarkov, where it's a real like, you know, I have 30 minutes to play, you know, and then I need to extract. Let's just run to the extract.
Definitely a little bit lighter than Tarkov. You can't casually play Tarkov.
This place is massive. I'm still gonna stick with you. I'm too scared.
Yeah, this place is huge. Oh, this is where we can summon the thing. Let's see if we can find. There's got to be some of those compound sheets somewhere. I don't know. I should have been paying attention where I picked up. I think I just picked it up in like a random crate. Oh shit. Oh yeah, big boy, big boy.
Oh, he's got that weak spot. You can only kill him when he's got the weak spot open.
Shoot right down his head. Whoa. He hit me up there though. Careful. Doing a health kit here.
He's sprinting at us.
Should we even mess with this thing or should we just leave it?
I would prefer we leave it.
Yeah, let's leave it. Here, come up. There's a door over here.
He's right behind you.
Oh shit.
He's sprinting. He's right behind you. He's following you forever.
I'm dipping out of there. Oh, he's pissed. Let's go to this. Let's go to this 5 to 60 rock.
I don't believe this. I'm out of med sticks.
Oh, you got medicine?
Yeah. I'm gonna hit this rock if you don't mind.
Yeah, good, do it. I'm gonna be careful with ammo though. Really Titan.
Said I would never go out of my way to mine, and I'm just an addicted Minecrafter.
You gotta get the gems.
The gems, treasure, dwarves. Don't do deep.
It's like anyone who's mining.
Yeah, it's gonna be some upgrade gear stuff.
Offline in 5 minutes. Oh shit, we have to. That must be new. Because I thought before you could just stay in here forever.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours. My guy's completely out of stamina. Do you want to try and go back to the the landing pad that's closer? There's only that monster there that we can just dodge.
Let's do that.
Let's go back the way we came because we know that way's clear.
Back to the pad. I wonder if the more you carry, maybe your stamina takes longer.
It does seem like that, maybe.
Hopefully that guy went back into his little... Back into his little hole. Oh yeah, he's on the far side. We could dodge. Alright, evac shift has been called. Where are you at, evac shift?
Oh man, big guy is kind of near.
Yeah, I hear him. Kind of just crouching. I can't tell if he's mad or not. Here we are.
Shit, I gotta drop some stuff.
He's like right where you were at. Get out of there! Oh my!
You can't enter. No goes allowed. Oh, thank goodness.
He jumps on.
Yeah. What movie is that from? Every single one.
Alien 1, 2. Oh, look at this. I got. Okay, so it's like faction. It's the K. I think it's money. Maybe there's active, like maybe faction point, or not faction point, but like faction 2.
This is weird. Encounters. The only encounters I have is with you, and it's damage dealt. I've done 10 damage to you, and I've got damage received, 10 damage from you.
Yeah. I think I shot you, and on
Yeah.
it says damage from grown up, and it says that you did 80 damage to me.
It's just railing into your back.
I don't think that's accurate.
I was burst firing everything, so there's no way.
I don't even think there was like a moment where you were even in front of me to hit you.
Yeah.
Alright, then you look at that a lot. Did you go back to the station, or you just like on there?
I'm now in the station turning in quests.
Just on the loading screen.
That's a bummer. But I think at least since the the mission complete, it's not gonna like lose your loadout and lose your progress. Yeah, all day today I had to keep force quitting. This was like the first game that I got into.
Oh dang.
Why don't you go ahead and make yourself a bag?
Oh cool. And then we just get part 2.
So far, I don't really like this SMG. It's alright, but I need something that feels punchier.
I think
I
you can
think you can
upgrade it. If you upgrade it,
it's pretty badass.
I like all these little quests. This is nice. Go to the public gear printer.
Oh, my stash is full. I was like, why can't I put stuff into my stash?
Your stash like on your back or like your
Like
actual
actual
bank?
bank.
Here we go.
The bank.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize all this. I got so much stuff.
Yeah, my limit is 43 of 85, the stash.
Prospector.
Prospector. Haven't seen your types around town.
It's telling me. Did you figure out where
Figure out where your like quarters are at.
Quarters? My nickels and dimes?
Oh, you know what?
Never mind.
Never mind.
I think once
I think once you finish
the
the third one,
the third
third
quest,
quest, you'll have your own
quarters.
quarters. But I think the quest markers are all bugged right now.
Because it's
It's telling me to
go to the
prospector
quarters
quarters,
my
my
mission,
mission.
but
It still has like three
other
the other
ones
ones
all
all like
peeking.
peeking.
Hold on, is there a map? Oh, I found my little
And the
residence,
residence
my
and
little
the
quarters.
quarters.
Oh, you're like your apartment?
Yeah, my
Yeah, my
apartment.
apartment.
Neat. I didn't know. Get player housing?
And I can
And I can
increase my unlocks and
unlocks and
improves your
improves your
daily
daily
crate
crate
reward.
reward.
I didn't realize there was a daily crate. Actually, maybe
Maybe I did. That's
when
when
I
I
was
logged
logged in.
I started
Oh,
to.
beat the game.
He beat the game?
Yes,
Yes, it's onboarding complete.
Where is this apartment? Where is this house?
Are we in this
Oh.
area?
I don't think so. Here's the quarters.
Basically, if you look at the left,
Like the
Yeah, I found it.
bar,
right to the left,
you'll see
it says Eden Residences, and if you go in there, but it might not unlock because you didn't get that final compound, whatever. It might have. I don't know.
I can go inside of it. I can't use any of the stuff.
Yeah, I bet once you do that third quest, the guy will open that up for you.
I'll be right back real quick. I'll be right back.
I
actually gotta go, man. I gotta go.
So,
Yeah, good idea.
all right.
See you, man.
Bye bye.
Thanks for the game.
Thank you.
is if like there is no main menu and you kind of just like walk to like I don't know like different game modes, right? So like
you
you
would
would
walk
walk
to the
to the
battle
battle.
royale,
Oh yeah.
or you just hang out in the middle area
This is, I
talking
was
to
gonna say this is gonna
friends.
sound like a really bad
A hub
example,
area.
but
I wanna
like
argue that
on like
point.
see on like
Hold on,
see on like
Whoa,
hold
whoa.
on, guys.
I want to
Hold
hear
on.
this example.
Let the man talk.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a really bad example, but it links to what you were saying there. Is with like if you've ever been on one of the Minecraft servers and you can walk into like the survival
Yeah.
games, or you could walk into like block wars or bed wars.
Mm-hmm.
An aspect like that would be really cool. Just have
Have
the home hub, and then be able to
uh,
make your way into different game modes depending like what
oh
your
yeah.
preferences
Have
are.
Have any of you guys played like Riders Republic?
Yeah, I did.
So like that main area, you know what I'm talking about? And
Yep.
like you can walk to different areas. That would be sick as hell. Like that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
So you
Except
select
a little
your own
more.
mission.
Yeah,
You can
and
select
except
your own mission,
yeah.
where to go and what to develop more, like
Mhm.
snowboarding or downhill or
Exactly.
yeah.
Real quick, I
Exactly.
wanna argue that point, and I wanna argue that point in the terms of like So, have you guys played like the recent Call of Duties where the menu is very dynamic and like you see the
Hmm.
people walking?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that actually makes your systems run a lot slower than you would if you just had a menu. And I understand
It
that
does.
we're in a moment in time where like cosmetic and graphics and like all this is very important. But I think a very simplistic menu where it's not gonna burn your system. Like like my PS5, it shoots fire, and sometimes my graphics card shoots fire when I'm loading these games up. I
Okay.
think
True. True.
a game
If I
that's
if I
optimal, a game that's designed optimally, might be the best option at first. And
yeah,
if they could figure out a way to make it better in that sense and make it
yeah,
more like flashy, cool. But
okay.
I think simplistic like is the most important for right now, just for like the systems.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
To
That
point
does make
out what
sense.
you said, hold on a second. To point
It's a
out
really
what
good
you
point.
said, I don't know. I don't know if you have been seeing the latest Doc stream in Elden Ring. He had an
Shoot,
an
what was?
intro in his
I'm gonna
stream where
change the
he has
title
been
to.
checking menus or in-game menus best of all. So he was actually pointing out towards some menus that were very conflictive and a lot happening all the time. And he said he commented in some of them. I want look at this, so simple, so clean, really
Mm-hmm.
nice. And I can.
Yep.
How can you not press play on that button? It's simple, clean. That's what we are looking for. And I'm pretty sure Doc, as being a co-founder of this game studio, he will go through that subject.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's still going to be a discussion no matter what. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, sure.
I
So
What
think
about
he's going to have a really
optionality
big voice.
toggles?
Hold on, one at a time.
Well,
Me,
it's important to remember though that this is going to be on Unreal Engine 5. So
yep.
Yeah.
if they implement the nanite system to where
Mhm.
you're looking
What
at a
was it
guy
that
who's
I
like a low
labeled this?
polygon, depending on like which menu you go into, like you go into your
Mhm.
customization menu,
Mhm.
then it's not going to fry your graphics card as much. You know,
Oh no, but this I get his question. His question is about like besides the cosmetic, are we going to have like a menu that you have to go through all this kind of bullshit navigation and try to find what you really need and spend time in a menu instead of having something like is really straightforward? For example, if we take Tarkov, Tarkov for example, you have that main column that you have escape from Tarkov and you have traders and all these things. It's pretty straightforward. Well, when you're inside of one of those menus, you can, go to the market, all these contractors and blah blah blah. But it's straightforward. It's clean. And Doc was mentioning in this kind of streams, menus and in-game menus, it was pointing out various times like for the most simplistic and the most direct form to get into a game. So I'm pretty sure, I'm positive, even though it's built in Unreal Engine 5, which I work with, and I know it's not gonna fry your graphic card, but it's not about only your hardware, but
It's
also people.
everybody's
Yeah,
everybody's
that's
hardware.
a
People,
key point.
The thing is,
yeah.
and that's why Star Citizen is kind of chalk because
Star Citizen requires you to have a pretty good rig, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's just not a viable option for most people out here, right?
No.
So
I,
that's
I
why games
I'm
like
in Star
Halo and
Season since 2014, and I can tell you, I'm pushing many times on the feedback that they must find a way for the game to go towards the graphic card instead of the CPU.
I agree 100% because right now, bro, like most people can't play
Uh,
it. Like the average
I,
person
I
Yeah.
can
cannot play
play
Star
it,
Citizen.
but I have a supercomputer at home because I work
Yeah.
with Unreal Engine and renders and shit. I have a Ryzen 9. I have two graphic cards in one of my setups, and you know I can play
Jesus
it without any.
Christ.
Yeah, because I
For
do
you to play,
simulate.
yeah, but most people, like the average person, you gotta understand, like, there's a reason why games like
No,
Valorant,
yeah, yeah.
Oh
all
yeah.
these
Because
games
they
Well,
kind of,
Valorant is easy to play.
yeah, it
Although
can run a potato
uh,
computer. Like, it has to be able to
yeah,
run the highest computer and potato
in the
computer.
lowest. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But that makes
that's
sense.
mandatory
That
for
makes
any
sense.
game.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, that game will have a very small
and
niche.
and that's why taking to this survey there's a question asking
yeah.
what
Yeah.
kind of setup do you use. Is it a
Oh, I see.
console gamer? Are you a console gamer? Are you going to use this game in a console or in a high-end PC or a normal setup or whatever, for them to understand what is the majority.
Yeah.
Mm,
By understanding what is the majority, what happens? If the majority is like middle rig to lower rig,
When's
they
the
will
last
have
time I
to
posted?
easy
A
on
week?
the game
But
How
do they
long?
ever actually
weight.
specify anywhere what they consider to be the mid-range rigs?
No, they know, and everybody knows, of course.
I think alongside that, it's also because you've got like the increasing trend on YouTube and stuff where um tech YouTubers would actually specifically build PCs based on what games people want to play. For example, you could probably look up best cheap gaming PC build in order to play Valorant, and
Yeah,
you'd get hundreds
Yep.
of versions of that. And
yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest, I don't see any difference with this. Whereas when in the future,
yeah,
they're probably going to say um, like best cheap gaming PCs to run most games, especially
yeah,
Elden Ring's probably a huge one right now
yeah.
because
Yeah.
most people want to play it but don't have the capability if they say they have
What?
like a laptop to play the
Yeah.
game.
One thing we can expect from these developers, they have various backgrounds. They've been in game industry for many years, and I'm pretty sure for all of us, at least I speak for myself, in this AMA, they were pretty open-minded, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
They were.
and
100%.
They
that,
were
and
very.
yeah, and they are by being open mind. I mean, they are like, yeah, guys, we have to, I'm gonna use the term of
yeah.
Warzone, holding hands together
Uh,
to make this happen, but
Hmm.
in a good sense, right? So every voice, everyone will be heard. It's like, f- for the fact is like, yeah, I would like to play this game, but I have a mid-range computer, and if
Yeah,
your game only runs in the latest graphic card, I can't afford a latest graphic card.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
pretty sure they're not gonna do that.
To me, they should
Yeah,
have said that they've
they
You
literally
can
do
they
have
built
can
it
to.
from the ground
stretch
up.
it. They can stretch it out on the console version. Like the next generation console. They can stretch it because the console can handle it and already inbuilt, right? So you don't have to think about anything. But for PC players, they will have to come up with a with an option that can be run by, like someone said, I don't remember, from a potato computer to the IN.
Real quick, can we go back? Can we go back to Taco's original his original point? We're going off on a tangent. He said
yeah,
his
we are.
original question was,
He's going off.
you know, I think we covered that topic.
That's the
That
time,
man is
guys.
hurt.
I
Hey,
My
think
man
we
is
we
hurt.
covered we
He's
covered
gotta
that
hurt.
go.
topic. No, no.
Let her run.
Let's hear it. Let's
I
hear
think we
it.
covered. Yeah. So whoever wants to go next, and then we can talk about that next topic as well. About what do you want to see in the game that we haven't spoken of yet? That's
Hmm.
what Taco said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Min specs.
I think some of you, only on one of you reply that, right? Or two of you. Well,
I was just gonna say good audio.
Yeah, that's gonna be for sure.
Yeah.
Doc. And I can tell you
Where's the audio?
two audio engineers have been fired already.
Oof.
So
Wow.
I think
and
Amazing.
yesterday,
Wait, really?
yesterday, yeah, yeah. Yesterday
Yeah.
was a guy here. Yesterday was a guy here in the voice chat. Oh, I never work on AAA games, but I'm a producer and audio engineer. I was thinking, how do we do with this process if the game studio already has an audio engineer or something? Um, and everyone was like, yeah, you're free to go and send your CV, and there's open application for that or whatever. But of course,
Good
uh,
luck.
try to
Yeah.
think not two times before you talk
Positive.
to the yeah, but at least reevaluate yourself before you send something,
Problem is,
because
need to be creative
if
first.
two of them probably with a lot of experience in AAA games has been fired already, that's a position that tends to die quickly. So I don't know. Just saying. So
Position that you got
audio.
to do right. Boy, howdy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very interesting.
I'm hearing you too low.
Yeah, you're low.
Yeah, you're low, man.
They need
Yeah.
Michael Bay's audio guy,
Yeah.
and they need to get him on this guy's quiet microphone.
Huh.
It's an Amazon, right? He does. All this stuff's on his desk.
Well,
It's through the survey.
that is
They're gonna
that
see
is a
who was most active in the
yeah, I was gonna say
So-
yeah, I was gonna say
party thing
activity.
first.
Yeah.
Hold on,
So
guys, one at a time.
you know how you can add all of your social medias, like your Steam, all of that stuff, your PS4
Yep.
or Xbox.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at all of that, and they're gonna
Yeah.
see how long you've been playing games. They're gonna look at the Discord, how active you've been here. They're gonna look at the thing you filled out, the to become a PV, you have to fill out that you do the code thing, and then you do the sectors. After you pass sector 6, it says this adds points to your whatever, your survey.
Yeah, to your application, yeah.
So
And
that's
the thing
also
is,
another
the thing is, guys, don't forget, if you haven't been playing for a long time, or if you have like not a huge list of friends or whatever, you don't need to be famous to be selected. They made that very clear. We want a casual, random player that comes, after a day of work, comes home and just take a few free hours to start playing, to those who are really investing a lot of hours in this game. So they want a variety of opinions and people to get the best results. And that makes sense.
That's a
Because
Yo,
fair,
they're
that's
willing
a
to
fair
please
point.
everyone. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
7-7.
if you tie in your Steam
Oh, never mind.
profile and your Steam profile is completely set to public, they're gonna see your 1,000 game catalog of.
Oh,
Yeah, but
not to
hold
mention
on, hold
Steam
on.
too with the badges.
Yeah,
We'll
but
see all
Yeah,
that.
but hey guys,
if
real
you,
quick.
yeah,
Today's been informative and fun and great. I loved it, but my dinner's ready. So y'all have a good night. It
yeah,
was great.
enjoy your
Alright.
dinner, man.
You're not inviting us
Peace.
over, bro?
Eat well.
We're trying to come eat
I got
too.
nachos. You
Right.
want some nachos? Come on.
Mmm.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Special nachos.
Yeah, enjoy, bro.
Enjoy it.
All right, y'all.
Enjoy it,
Take
man.
it easy.
Alright.
We'll talk.
Take it easy, sir.
Take care.
So if I
Bon
can,
appetit.
I'd like to use that as like a point back, if we're
Yeah.
ready, to go back to the question of what would you
Yes.
see in the game.
I would like to see something, at least my opinion. I would like to see something that could challenge the way of playing that have we been playing all these games. Because if you take, for example, Warzone, Apex, it's all kind of the same thing. And then you have Tarkov and now the Cycle and
So true.
PUBG, yeah, and it's
Yep.
all within the same thing. So what I'm looking for this game is to have a challenge the way of we been playing games until now.
That would be very nice. But my problem is like that's so much easier said than done. But I mean, I feel like
I know.
I feel
They have a
like
bigger
the
challenge.
way that this whole thing is set up is it's made in the perfect way where like I'm sure like one of the 10,000 people will have an idea that's just so like mind twisting that's like actually is amazing. You know what I mean? I'm sure someone has an idea out there. But
Yeah, yeah. I have a couple
that's
of
why I
ideas.
feel like we're going in the right direction, right?
Yeah, we are. I have a couple ideas that I will share when it's the time and when they grant access
It's got to
to
be the
do
right
that.
time.
Yeah, and of
Gotta be the right
course,
time,
if you,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you listen to Doc talking about games, wouldn't that be nice? Halo would do a BR that he can jump from one side of the circle to the other side. You know, use a jetpack or whatever, or you just jump to, all these things. So he has a twisted mind by his own. So we're gonna expect to have something. But the thing here that we have to take in consideration, a regular player that doesn't spend time playing games and he wants something to just relax at the end of the day and just shoot some ducks and have fun,
I have
whatever.
I have to add on to
Yeah,
that what you're saying.
they also
So,
have
no, I
to.
always thought would be
Yeah,
cool. Sorry.
hold on. They also have to answer to those people. And those people, if the game has a steep learning curve or if it's really hard to come across with, that's going to be a negative side of it. So, well, we have to see what they come up with,
One
but
night
they have
where
to
you was talking
satisfy
about
everyone.
You're
Again, they
making
could have different modes, like for each
Yeah,
skill
different
level.
modes. Yeah, different levels for different people.
Again, I think very much that there's not like a huge like set in stone thing. I think most of it is going to come from the players.
Yeah.
Like
You
100%.
know what I
Like
like?
I don't
You
think
actually mentioned not just being PvP only though once before. You said PvP, PvE. So I mean, if you get a little bit of
Yeah.
PvE in there, that's gonna satisfy your less skilled players to some
Yeah.
extent.
Was
That's
there
Imagine if
was there somebody trying
like
to
say
draw?
there's a
hold on.
you know how there's like a Kingslayer system, right? Where you get more kills
Right.
and then you become more of a target, if you pick up a bounty, you
bounty.
go after like higher value targets, and you can go after the highest value targets like, and you get more of whatever they've got, That would be cool.
Mhm.
Kind of like the Kingslayer in Call of Duty. That was one of my favorite modes in it, but I could only play a couple of games of that because it was like so like intense for me.
Yep.
I could only play a couple of games of that, you know. So something like that, like a bounty kind of system where if you're going around killing everyone, maybe your pings are bigger on the radar because you've got so much like bioenergy or nanites or whatever you want to call or something like that,
Probably,
Like
probably something like that will show up.
Hello.
Who knows?
I used to love grabbing the most wanted and when I was playing COD just to get people to come out and peek and come
yeah,
find me.
stop
Like
like
I'd be like,
making
guys, grab that bounty, kill him. I'm gonna grab this most wanted, and we're gonna make his entire team come towards us.
So
yeah, so
just
like
a
they can
quick
either go after you
refresher.
or run away from you. It's kind of like a thing. It's not just like, oh,
Yeah.
there's some dude there and you don't know where he is or whatever. It's like you can either
So
the
to
noobs can go after
anybody
you.
Hold
that
on, guys.
anybody that
Go
wants
ahead.
to participate in this, we're updated to a new drawful that everybody can participate in now. So it's not just the people in the game. So if you want to participate in the drawful thing, I'm going to be posting the room code in the conspiracy theory channel, and I'm streaming the game itself. So everybody's welcome to join us. It's a good time. It's hilarious because you have to draw and guess other people's stuff. So we'll be in the, what is this thing called? Comms channel 602 if you'd like to join us for Drawful.
appreciate you, Artix.
Frag
Yeah, yeah.
always
Alrighty.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe.
Peace.
I'm also in cycle. If anyone wants to squad up in the cycle.
Hold on.
I just wanted to bring up 2
Taco?
points.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Taco. Go ahead, Taco.
Wait, I didn't
Yeah.
say anything.
Mm.
Nobody said my
Oh
name.
Yeah,
well,
I
What
thought
was
we
you
have
were.
to.
Did you say
Oh,
something about the Brownies?
Okay,
Well,
who's trying to talk to me?
no, well, no one's trying to talk to you. Someone said something about tacos. So I was like, again, I'm
Yeah, I
guessing you're
thought he
going.
was
Yeah.
trying
Oh,
to say something.
Oh
But
no,
I
I'm
do,
I'm
I
done.
do want to say something though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Two points. I'm gonna reach on what Taco said and back on what you HFTO what you said.
Hugo. Hugo.
Um, what you said about
Or
how the
H.
casual H. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
All right. So what you were saying about the casual and the competitive. I think the most accessible games are the most successful games because the competitive scene is the same as the casual scene. So if you notice the game of Valorant, it's very accessible, and the competitive scene is the same as the casual. It's the exact
Mhm.
same game. It's
Mhm.
strategy and actual skill. So I think 100% what you said about how a casual gamer will play the game different than a competitive gamer. I think that's very important because once you
Yeah.
find that happy medium between both, and
Yeah.
you can, you can see the thing that encourages amateur players to want to become pro or competitive is just the fact that it's accessible. And like for example, Call of Duty, there's no, a ban like you get this weapon is banned, this attachment is banned because
Yeah.
then it kills the whole game, this whole like
Yeah.
a gentleman's agreement, and so yeah, so
And
that's
then
100% true.
and then gives room to comments like, "Oh, they are bots." Yeah, they are bots because they don't have a chance to, you know, evolve in a different manner, or the game is not built for people that doesn't have
I
more
don't have that
experience
or the
to evolve.
understanding exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's a very good point that the casual players should be able to join the same game that the competitive player is playing, and if they wanted to actually reach that threshold of, hey, like maybe I could be a pro one day, like they can actually do it because the game is not different at that higher level. I think
Yeah.
I think that's the issue where like the competitive Call of Duty scene has strayed from the casuals,
Yes.
all
and
right. Before I go, guys, real quick, I
Yep.
just wanted to point out that don't feed geeky pastimes. I know I don't.
No. No. No.
We
No.
don't want
No.
to go
No.
back
No.
to
No.
him,
No.
but
Yeah.
what he would love more than anything, I think, is actually that we get really angry at him and then ban him and take away his airdrop and all that because
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
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 that would be
The
such great content for him. You know?
Oh yeah, he
Geek.
make a
So
video. He'll make a big video about it. Me like, see, this is why I said don't trust
Listen,
him.
guys.
And,
yep,
Listen, guys.
yeah.
This, this,
exactly it.
this,
Just don't
this
feed him.
thing. Yeah. No, I know. That's what I said
Screw that
2 days
loser,
ago.
bro.
When he started this scene talking about the NFTs and whatever, everybody started to feel like somehow hurt what he was saying about. And the thing is, Geek is the airdrop zero. Do you know what that means?
He's the rich. He's like the
Got the
main, the
first
first
one.
one to get a
Yeah.
drop. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So he feels. So he feels like he
yeah,
feels betrayed.
listen, he is complaining about something that does not affect him directly because he's guaranteed to have everything.
Yeah, I don't know
Right?
He
why we're
knows he can
talking
get
about him.
content.
And listen, I heard a lot of people here in the voice chat in the past 2 days when he started this conversation saying, "Oh, but why is he saying this and why is he taking down on the devs and whatever?" And I just said, "You know what? That's if that everything he's saying, if you feel like you in the same situation as him, is your opinion. You have to respect. This is his opinion. You have to respect.
I mean,
If
of
you
course,
don't feel like, oh,
we can
hold on,
love free
hold on,
butts that opinion
hold on.
too.
Let me
Ain't
finish.
gotta.
Let me finish. Let me finish. If you don't feel like what he's saying right now, it's to you. Ignore it. Let him be. Don't feed because more as we feed in this conversation in chat, he's getting more and more and more attention, and that's not the
Content.
point in this
That's true.
society.
Feels emboldened
We
when we give him attention. He's like, oh, it's
Yeah,
working. Yeah.
yeah, but why are we giving attention to something that is so negative? And this has been clarified 100%. I don't know what is his doubt and what is and the devs has answered his question in the AMA, and he came out from that meeting and start writing. Okay, so now we don't have this, and we don't have they are not focused on play to win, right? Play to earn, and now what can we expect? this is bullshit. He's trying to pick on everything they say.
Mhm.
So why feed this kind of conversation?
I just don't know why we're talking about him. Like, I feel like
I agree.
this is
mean,
Change
so.
the subject.
Yeah, I feel like
Once you peak,
I don't
you're
think this is
5
really
feet
a
deep.
I can make you a quick sum. I can
Got
make
back
you
and all I
guys
heard
a
was
quick
20
sum.
voices at once. Who was
Please
going
don't.
first?
Hold on. I can make you a quick sum.
Please don't.
No,
When?
I heard you guys on my phone. I was
Please
cooking
don't.
dinner. So
No, it's really quick.
You're kind of like, let's not talk about what we're talking about. It
I have a
doesn't
question so we can move off the topic. Quick question.
yeah, there we
Please.
go.
So, as someone, so like I play some PvP games. Like I play Warzone, I've played Valorant here and there. But like I play a lot of PvE, and I also work in marketing and all that stuff. So I'm curious, like how you guys think. Every example that you guys talk about is based off of another PvP game. Where do you think like people that don't primarily play PvP fit in to this build as well?
Well, I feel
anybody with imagination.
if you have ideas, like again, it's gonna be an FPS game, right? So there's gonna be
Cheese.
takeoffs, but there's also gonna be new ideas about what to have in the FPS game, and that's a big thing. So because you play other games, it doesn't matter. You are a
Somebody
gamer.
should
You
have
want to
asked,
see this
though.
happen, and
Proximity chat. Somebody
it's
should have
gonna.
asked.
You can
Oh my
find
God,
inspiration in a lot of places. You don't have to
That would
take
add a
it.
whole other social aspect to the game as well.
You got to be able to
Yeah.
report.
Did
you
guys
already
Back onto the
at all?
PvP though.
Did anybody at all
And-
play ranked play yet at all?
Yes, we have
Oh,
talked
thank
about
God.
like
Wait,
splitting
were
a.
people for it or against it? I'm all
We were
for it.
we were thinking about like splitting games into like competitive, having it
There should
be
be a
more of
ranked
a
playlist
competitive game,
separate from a casual playlist if people
and
want to
then
be
a casual and then have some of the gameplay mechanics maybe different. But again, here, wait, I want to go back to that real quick. So you talked about those games, but I have a game that's the opposite of that. So I've been paying attention to the Fortnite community for a while now, and a lot of it is there's a big disunity between the competitive and the casual game face of it, because the casual players want to see more balanced like loot and not just like this one gun that'll hit hard for everything, and they want to like be able to use fun things in the game. But the competitive people have this like one view and they want what they want in this game, and it's like been defined,
They'll
and
always go for the best.
they've begun to separate it. I feel they have a test period in casual now, and they test out something in casual, and if it's like good and all and it's like balanced, they put it into their competitive game. But like I feel like a competitive game should not I feel like it shouldn't take that much away from a casual experience. If they're different. If they're like the same. If in a way.
Oh, we're probably not gonna have to worry about
Did you guys?
SBMM for like if they have a casual mode, so that'll be good.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. It'd be
They
nice
might-
to just play games to chill, but at the same time, I want to go into a lobby later on and
Yeah.
sweat. So
Like, cause I know Doc's mentioned it a couple of times where he just like saying somebody just wants to come home, sit down, and like just relax and
enjoy a
play a
game, yeah.
game and just enjoy a match.
Yeah.
Like just have a good
Give
time.
me like 10 minutes to warm up, and then let me go sweat on somebody. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The things you can never fix though are, well, maybe you can fix Smurfs, but I don't think that's you can't
I mean,
really
it's gonna be
fix
hard to smurf on
Yeah.
on this because I mean you're gonna have to start from ground zero, and then that's you may know everything like all the loot spots and stuff, but still it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be like
Depends
it
on the
won't be
game.
a
I'll
big
tell you right now,
problem.
with
but-
Overwatch, it's a problem.
Oh, yeah. Yo, did you guys
Skill-based
rat boys,
matchmaking is
PvP?
only.
Yo,
I think
Go ahead.
skill-based matchmaking.
sorry,
is
one
just
of
a
the
lot
things I
less
was gonna.
One at a time, please.
Greyface was saying something.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I don't think the way they're gonna have it, I don't think the skill-based matchmaking is gonna matter that much in the battle royale. I don't like. I think it only mainly matters in the arena shooters.
Yeah.
Because obviously the big dogs are always going to win in the arena shooters, but not necessarily battle royales, because of all the different play styles you can actually choose. It'll, So I don't think the skill based matchmaking will get in.
Yeah, but SBMM made a really SBMM made a really shitty difference on Warzone, for example. It is a BR, but it and a lot of people don't like it because it ruins their experience.
Yeah, and plus because
because they
I
don't
think
respect.
in saying that the game it's really simple too, because you just have your armor and then the basic guns. There's no real way to customize your style. It's just all different guns and same armor, same this, same that. Whereas a dude can, if he's not as good, if
I
you
just
got more
want to.
customization, more play styles, it sort of takes that away.
I'm gonna just bring attention to like back at the ARG. I know like the ARG is just concept, but in one of the missions you can choose like whether you chose like violence, speed, or momentum back to the playstyles. I think that's also a pretty like fair assessment that maybe there will be stats, and maybe there's like those weapons have like almost stat lines. Like violence is like mainly it's DPS, where speed is maybe it's a faster dexterity kind of build, and then momentum.
It's
You
like
know,
no stock.
yeah. So it's also yeah, so exactly. So it's possible that the game could have RPG elements. But I want to touch base back on what Lola was saying about how a PvP, like if you're involved in PvP, and you're not that involved with it, how you can kind of like implement it. And I was gonna say specifically like I think that's where guilds shine. Like, hey, like maybe you may not be the best player in your guild, but maybe you can go play with one of the better players, or like maybe a mentor in that guild, and you can go hunt like field bosses in the game. That way you have someone that always plays with you. That's just an idea that I have.
The more you play, the better you get.
Actually.
World
Partying
Box
that cool.
Practice,
The
practice.
thing could fit in with that. That could be.
Like a mentoring system within guilds, and then maybe like in the mentoring system, maybe they get better rewards. Like, oh hey, like you help the loyal player, get a specific loot set, or I don't know exactly how that would be tracked,
Like
but
the Destiny mentor system where people like guided raids and guided.
exactly,
Yeah, like
exactly.
party up.
But
It's
just
like the idea that somebody brought up. I think it was yesterday that they mentioned that if you were to go solo versus a team, that if you were to win, you get a better reward overall compared to as if you would team up with somebody.
And I think that's still, I think that's still pretty fair because like if I solo entry and I'm slaying trios and quads, like yeah, honestly you probably should get a better reward.
Rewarded for that.
Yeah,
Usually
like,
happens in Warzone anyways.
like you get more experience if you do it independently versus like with a squad. That would be interesting.
Or maybe more in-game currency, like a better in-game
Just
currency
make
reward like in the game.
solo rewarding instead of just feeling like you're getting shit on by teams.
The bad thing about that is again a skill based match. Like somebody really good at the game could go in and like just play with bad people just to like get their experience up and just ruin their game for like their casual experience.
But I think eventually though, because some games what they do is when they join games, what they'll do is they'll average out the skill base of that team, and then eventually you'll have the worser players playing against better players. So once again, it really depends on what kind of system they implement when it comes to matchmaking. And as far as right now, we don't know that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I got some potato friends that queue with me, and it's bad.
I'm just saying, like, I also feel like if it's one person who's highly skilled, and, let's say somebody has a KD of like 1.5 versus a team average KD of like 1.0, like, 4v1, they have a better chance of getting that one person. If they lose that one person,
You gotta keep in mind though, like a lot of people died day one when this shit hit. Like,
it was so
a lot of people died, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them were like so surprised when we actually got the numbers. What was it, like over like
we were trying to reach
I don't even know.
couldn't, so yeah.
But yeah, it was like some crazy fucking X's all over the place.
So yeah, in relation to that, 402, if we die in the game, are we gonna get a death penalty? Have you guys thought about that since it was related to the ARG?
Ooh.
That was something I was worried about because I was like, oh, what if they do have death penalty in game?
Well, I mean, think about it, Tarkov. The death penalty is you lose your loot that's not, secure.
Yeah, but in the ARG it was more like you can't go back in for a set amount of time.
Yeah, but also remember too that there was a drop. There was an insured visor cortex and insured was it a insured scar? I think it was right.
It's short. Well, insured. God, that's a lot of weapons.
Yeah, so when you lose everything, but the insured things you're keeping your inventory. So it seems like they're also looking into like the idea of hey, like if you enter this game, you run a risk of losing your best loot if you go in there with like a legendary scar, you know?
Yeah.
So but imagine that with like a battle royale. So there's this again there's this tent thing.
Yeah.
In Fortnite, right? You can put things in your tent and you have it for the next game, and you take it out, right? Like if they have that, but if you keep your insured guns, maybe you can take them to the next game. But the thing that's bad about that is other people who don't have like insured guns in a battle royale could just die instantly to this guy with a like full on loadout, you know.
Yeah, but as is the aspect of the game, you know. What if it's like the way to balance insured weapons where you don't always keep it is put uses on them. So for example, my insured scar it only has a 3 amount of uses that I do if I die with them, and then on that third die it's going forever. Like if I lose that fight, you know. That's also a way to combat just having the best gun always consistently in the game.
Yeah, if what about like you said, if you can have like the best guns, right? But if you put them in like I don't know this little like box thing that takes it away, transports it, teleports away, whatever, or you can keep it for the end of the game where it's more powerful. But if you get rid of it, you get like some kind of now for some shit, you know, for later on.
I got a snazzy idea.
Once we stop
You wanna go?
taking the best guns into the end game, just so that you know the best players don't have to take the best guns to the end game. They can sort of get rid of give up the best guns.
Great, but also
The worst players can take them into the end game for more chance to win. They're not so interested in them, you know.
Yeah, but think about it this way too, that you can actually pull out that weapon and drop it for your team if your teammate doesn't have that gun as well, you know? That also could be an aspect where, hey, like, I may have a legendary scar, and my teammate's starting out for the pistol, and maybe, you know, I give them a scar just for this game, and I play with my legendary, you know, submachine gun, per se. You know? It takes balancing, and all ideas are not always going to always work. It takes trial and error to actually find a system that works to everyone's benefit.
You know what one idea that I like? Remember when you played games with Bond before, and at the end of the game you get like, let's say like Frantic or Lemming or Most Dangerous or whatever, like little name tags, you just sort of known by your playstyle. I think that should be a thing too. So you can tell what kind of playstyle the person's got when you're matching up with them. You can sort of look for other people that you want to match up with. Say you want to go team with dudes that are like really good at shooting, or the dudes that are playing more defensive or that get shot less or whatever. Like bullet sponges or you know whatever you call it.
Sometimes archetype or something, yeah.
Yeah, once again, balance the momentum, you know? Like, you kind of dealt with that in the game, in the ARG.
Or if you're sucking the map doesn't use much shields and just kills everything, you know, crazy type. That'd be cool. I don't know.
We'll slice right on in there. I like the like 3-day kind of like or not 3-day like the 3 tries and then like 3 years and it's done for.
It's a way to balance like the use. Yeah, it's a way to balance the use of like secured items. It's like, hey, like you have it, maybe 3 uses, maybe maybe you pay 10,000 credits and maybe you get one that's 10 uses instead of 3, you know? Or maybe you put it in game and you know it's already secured and then you can use it as per those times. Because like think about the game of Tarkov. Look at people's loot boxes. Like they have like insane amounts of weapons. You know?
I was thinking more like a weapon degrade type of situation, maybe. Like the weapon will degrade and see if it's like a break, and you bring it into a sector, and say it's pretty much done, and you use it, and maybe it'll jam. Maybe you'll have to fix the jam and put in a new clip and empty the round out of the chamber. You know what I mean? Something like that kind of.
You know if game actually does that, and it's not like a competitive shooter. The DayZ, the Arma 3 mod, the guns in that game actually jams and you have to clear it. That would be a pretty, that would be a pretty.
But it would only be on like lower grade weapons, and like the chance would vary throughout the tier list.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea.
So that it wouldn't constantly jam on you, but like say you got a dirty ass AK out of the sewer, and it's like mud and shit all over it. They're not really technically known to jam because they're well known use to not jam in like desert situations and shit like that. That's why they use it. But mostly, like if it were to be like a beaten up AK or an M4 on the ground, just sitting there, and you pick it up and it's got like half durability, and you start using it throughout the whole section, and then all of a sudden it jams on you, then there you know why.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For example, Daisy Standalone had weapon cleaning kits. So your weapon could be badly damaged, for example, but then you can fix it with the weapon cleaning kit to be warm, for example. And pristine was the maximum. So let's say you break your weapon or you make it less durable over time, but then you can fix it, but never to the first like factory grade. And then over time it degrades even more and stuff like that. That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's yeah.
I wanted to also bring attention, like if you realize a lot of the concept arts, most of the concept arts they always have like a sword of some kind, like a melee weapon of some sort.
Well, seeing how the weapons, I think even the weapons themselves, they don't have to be, I don't think they should have to be like your normal weapons. They could come out like nanites, right? As soon as you're not using it, it turns into nanites and it just connects back to your suit. So you don't have to be carrying all these guns around, you know, it can just pop out of your suit. And once you use it, maybe you have to drop it, get rid of it, and then you can't pick up like another weapon, like sort of like the degradation thing, but instead it's just like some weapons and abilities are for one-time uses or two-time uses, or take away something for the end game, you know. So I think that's cool.
Fuck me.
Weird.
Would you
Were any of
rather
you?
prefer real weapons or made up ones?
I think
Weapons could come from the actual suit, you know.
Have you seen the image with all the weapons on it?
Yeah.
And they're none of them are real weapons. Like, this is like a different time period. It's not like your new. Like, if you see something like a current weapon, I think that would be okay. But I don't think they're gonna have just everything be like a real life weapon.
Well, I think we're just using like name of weapons just for the sake of using the name, and more so just for the ideas. I don't think we're like saying, hey, yeah, there's definitely gonna be an M4. You know, I think we're just throwing it out there as
Yeah.
yeah, for theories and possible ideas. But I mean, yeah, I agree with you. It's a different. It seems if the picture with Duck on it with the whole armor, you can see like a lot of the guns on there. It seems like submachine guns, like a LMG kind.
But would you stick to normal bullets or is any ammo like? For me, I would like it to stay normal bullets, for example. I don't think I like some plasma or some stuff like that, but maybe it could be good. I don't know.
Well, I think
Yeah.
at the stage where they're still trying to figure out whether it's going to be something
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
rapid
again.
quick like Rebirth.
Like you could have an energy-based weapon that you shoot like a blob, and it's like a jammer, you know, it jams all the radars in area. You only get 5 per game or something like that.
I mean, what you can also say is look at how Apex does it. So energy weapons in Apex destroy shields faster, but it does flesh damage a lot less. Where the kinetic weapons do less damage to shields, but does a little bit more damage to flesh. So that's also could be, that could be an aspect to the game as well if there is energy weapons.
Yeah, like hollow points and shit like that.
I think that's the way to go, man, because you want it, man. Honestly, maybe not exactly the way of Shield, but just like, you know.
I will say,
not exactly the same as thing.
I will say, coming from Overwatch, if I get a Founder's Pass and there's anything about stuns, I'm shooting it down. That's all I know. If there's anything about stun, if you're trying to stun jail me, bro, you're done.
I mean,
We're gonna stun jail you.
I'll be okay with it if it's not Call of Duty setting.
Yeah. What if instead of a stun, right? It's not a stun, but you can't run. You can't sprint.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
No,
I
feel like a stun, not Call of Duty obviously is balanced, right? A stun or a flash, it has to be either or. You can't do, if you're gonna go...
I'll take a flash over a stun.
I would take a flash over a stun.
I'll take a status effect.
I would take a grenade that prevented people from moving fast
penalty,
enough.
but do not make me stand still.
Yeah, I'm okay with a stun in the sense that, I mean, like, if you're gonna do a grenade that's gonna slow down people, right? It should be like a grenade that's more AoE than anything else, right?
Well, slow down than standing still.
If we're gonna put in tacticals of overpower, if we're gonna have lethals and tacticals that are gonna be like status effect, there has to be like
It should be
a time based trophy system to block it.
So
Or
I
black
have
it.
Guys, one at a time.
I have a great idea.
We're doing so good.
Yeah, so we were doing very good because it's hard to understand each other when we talk over each other.
When we get to the point for the developer roundtables, we're gonna need like a talking stick.
There's gonna be a raise your hands thing.
Raise your hand,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be a razor.
Yeah. For 52 people, we're not doing that bad.
So I have an idea. I have an idea for one of these like these grenade type things. So I hear you about like the no stun. I have an idea. So we're all wearing like visors, right? They're technology based. What if we had a grenade that was like an EMP grenade?
Yeah,
I'm
down for an EMP.
exactly what I was thinking.
So maybe you would get like a glitchy screen, like you know that
Yeah.
Battlefield stuff,
You
like a
don't
glitchy
have
screen. Your HUD would go all glitchy. Maybe you lose your energy armor.
Can I say something real quick about that?
Kinetic armor, maybe?
Yeah, that
Well,
would be
Yeah.
all bad ones.
You didn't steal armor or health and stuff like that.
Just thinking. I was thinking, what about this? What about like say how you're saying a time-based trophy system, right? Instead of being a stun, what if like you know someone's in a building, you shoot something at the wall, and over time it drains them, so they have to move. They can't stay there, but it's not going to kill them straight away. But it's kind of like
Like an ion field.
radiation.
Yeah, ion
something
field.
that
Yeah.
drains them over time, so you know they're there, but you're not going to be able to just throw a stun in there and kill them. Like it's like, oh, we know what are you going to do? Make a move, you know? You can't just. So either side has a chance to do something. It's not just an instant. Oh, you know, can't do
Maybe
nothing.
some like phosphorus.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be a place for
Out of crowd
control.
control.
Something like that, so you can make a
Good one,
decision. You can be
yeah.
like, oh shit, this guy's intention is to kill me. He knows where I am. So there's a bit of chance for you to do something, you know, because it's the worst thing when you're just getting killed instantly. But
I mean,
you know,
the big problem with Warzone stuns is that they're practically impossible to counter. You have nothing you can do to avoid it.
Unless you
And
have.
in
I'm gonna die.
CS:GO, you can actually turn around and you don't get stunned. In Warzone, that stuff doesn't work. You just turn around. It doesn't matter if it's near you. You're gonna get stunned. You're not gonna see anything, and then you're not gonna be able to move. So that's the most important thing with these tacticals is to make a way to counter them.
Well,
So
We should have a
anyone
T-bind.
concussion grenade or like an actual flash? Like,
No.
yeah, they're
Oh,
way worse
God.
than Warzone. Like if they're gonna
Imagine
Warzone's
this
actually
for-
realistic, but it's just so
oh, yeah.
lame how they did it. I feel like if they're gonna do a stun in a game, right? You should be able to turn away from it, right? I've seen people turn away from flash in training.
Yeah.
That should be a
Cozy.
We should have a button to close your eyes.
Yeah.
I've been called.
Close your eyes.
Hold on, guys.
I'm summoning Cozy. I wanted to catch on that. So think about this. We got a visor, right? What if we get an attachment for the visor that'll dampen a flashbang?
That's what I'm saying. In trophy system.
Yeah, no, but it's built into your visor though. Like like say the flashbang goes off right in front of you, and it instantly tense, and
Like
you
a-
don't get flashed.
Like a
Similar like a perk, or like just for your visor itself.
Yeah, it'd be like maybe like a one-time use thing, or maybe like maybe like a 2 or
upgrade
something.
your
I don't know.
visor at like maybe a place in the game or maybe out of the game, like
If you guys-
perks, and
if
you
you
can
guys
just
relate it-
access it. And
If you guys
put it
related to
in
the
your
parasol idea you had,
Yeah.
each time you were to use that, it drains part of your parasol, thus draining your shields, but you're still not fully stunned. You can still have the chance to get the kill if you need to, run away, whatever, right? And instead of like it having so many uses or one use, right, it just drains your parasol each time. That's draining your shields, maybe even your mobility, all depends. But I like that.
Big brain.
every time you go through like doing the best moves through the whole game, so it has to be
Exactly, right?
something.
It has to cost something that make it benefit, right? That's just
So another big thing we could do, honestly, is try to like invent new types of grenades because this game is different than like real life. And honestly, since we're all wearing visors, I feel like the technology would be so good that we would need other types of grenades to like the EMP grenade, for example. That would be
Yeah,
a
that's a good
Hardcore
idea.
EMP, by the way.
maybe a recon grenade to like see people through walls.
I'm not a big fan of grenades that you can see people through walls or like you'll put you on the mini map. I think that could be cheese. Now imagine if you're running quads and you got 4 people, throw different like a grenade that can see through walls.
What if it's a skill shot? What if it's a skill shot?
Well, I mean, look at in Titanfall, you can really spam the moves. Yeah, in Titanfall, you had this like this shot where you can see at the floor. Yeah, it was a little cheesy because you can see everyone on the mini map. Yeah, you can see everyone on the mini map. You can see everyone through walls, and I don't really like the idea of like like Vanguard has this perk where you can spot somebody and there will be like a heat sensor through walls. That makes absolutely no sense for the area, you know?
I agree. I agree.
Hold on. But look at this point now. Imagine that you have technology. If we're talking about this as a like in a cyberpunk environment, somewhere in a apocalyptic city in the future, if we have like some sort of a scanner of the building, and you can see briefly where people are in each floor or whatever, but then you don't have it's a one-time use, but you know how many people in that building, and you know, for example, two guys are on the second floor, four guys on the fifth floor, and it's gone. But you know there's people in there before you enter a building instead of having grenades, for example.
Yeah, that's exactly like the bottom scan in Apex where you can see like the top abilities like that.
You could also
Changing feature.
You could also do a
One-
like let's say there's like a
one at a time.
terminal in each floor, right? A different section, right? If you were to
Yeah.
hack a terminal to get intel on where people are
Yeah.
at, the cost is that you
The
can't move from there,
blueprint
you
of
can't
the
see outside
building.
past the
One
screen.
person at a time.
Like you can't move from there, right? So that means you're out in the open or you're just exposed, and then you can't see past the screen, which means you're like you can't see anything. You have to rely on your teammates if there is a team, at the cost of using this like trying to get intel.
You know those
Yeah, that sounds good.
new
Yeah.
TVs. There's these new TVs, right? Where one side is glass and the other side is the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to bounce off that thing we were talking about with the reveal and stuff. My point with like a skill shot is ways it's been done right. I'm gonna use Sora as an example from Valorant. Like that, if you waste that shot, you get no intel, right? So, but if you get value out of it, such as a high skill player that maybe memorizes a spot or maybe knows how to shoot it more specifically to get better value, as we'd say, is that's where it's good. Like I've always been a fan, and that's kind of one of the reasons I've always been a big fan of what Overwatch does with its design is that it will make here's your kit, here's what it does, but how to actually get value out of the ability makes the difference between a silver player and a GM player because they know how to get the value out of it.
What do you think about this, man? Like you said, with the what you're just talking about, right? Say you got like a crossbow bolt or whatever, or you shoot out something, right? If you actually hit someone with it, it tracks them for a certain amount of time. But if you
Yeah,
don't, like,
that's what they do in Overwatch with Hanzo. Sonic Arrow, if you hit it moves around.
and if you don't hit it, it just reveals the area around that instead. Is that what you saw?
That's exactly what Sonic Arrow actually does in Overwatch.
Yeah, that's cool. Right?
It lasts too long, in my opinion, but I think that something more like Apex, where it's like a scan, that would be cool. Where it's just like everyone is.
The lady wants to say something.
Oh, I was thinking of that. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
you cool.
Sorry. I was just gonna say on topic, but since we're just discussing like having scans and being able to do things like that, being able to see through walls, should wall banging even be an aspect in the game? Like, do people find that fair?
To a certain extent, like
Yeah.
I'd say like wood and some weak concrete I could understand, but like
If I'm getting shot through a wall.
if I'm getting shot through a solid reinforced concrete wall,
no, that doesn't.
No, no, thank you.
Something like a dynamic map, right? Where you don't have.
That's actually what I was
right now.
just about to say.
Hold on.
I was about to be like, yo, what if we just had a dynamic map with big geometry moving?
Like think
that would be
Battlefield
insane.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
You know?
The current guess on what this game is going to be a vertical BR and a giant building.
Yeah.
And going off of it, we've been going off of it like it's that. That's why I'm like,
scale building based off the pictures. It's fucking massive.
But there's also a train station. If we're going by that too, there's a train station.
Yeah. Each floor has a theme. Yeah.
What was it? Tracers? Oh yeah. So back on the tracer thing, like the motion sensor or something, I got something that would totally. I was thinking long and hard on a grenade that I haven't seen in a game besides like Monster Hunter, I think. But a grenade that explodes but doesn't hurt you. It just throws nothing but reactive glow. Like you could change the color, however, whatever suits your fancy, but it stays on that player for a certain amount of time, and it'll show on the ground where their footsteps were taking them. So you'd have to track them, and it'll only last for like maybe 10 seconds or something like that, and then they could like say they press a button, they could like kind of wipe it off or something like that, but it'd take time, and they probably wouldn't have that time because they'd be getting
I like that
tracked.
a lot.
Or it's like attached to your shield and you have to like destroy your shield to get rid of it.
Or
Type of
just a
thing.
stim that overrides all that kind of stuff too, because those are limited.
Doesn't
Oh,
I like you know what I really like? I like
There's
the
so
idea
much
of some kind
potential
of
with
ping
this.
system. Like a sonar, like you ping the thing and somebody else gets pinged, but you also get like the ping, your location comes up too. But there should be limited time uses of decoy things, so if you know like you're getting hunted, there's someone close by, or clutch situation, you've got like maybe I don't know 2 or 3 in the game, and you can put one in the other room, so you know if they come along and ping you know where they are, but they don't know exactly where you are, so they can't just shoot through the walls or whatever. It gives you a little bit of a chance there, but as long as it's a wildlife thing,
exactly
or
what you're
sonar
saying.
type system.
We like what you're saying. We have an opportunity here to like create things that haven't been done. Like I want to see stuff that we have not seen in battle royales or in any shape, way, or form. Like, let's stop thinking just the military weapons. Let's get creative here. Let's come up with a new weapon, like a railgun or something, or like some kunais or something like that. Right? Let's get crazy. Right? That's what I'm excited about. Crazy within reason, obviously, but like, let's not do what they're doing, Let's we're coming up with all these ideas. This is gonna be sick. We're not doing what
One
doing.
thing, one thing I liked the idea for these grenades, so we can eliminate or even a drone that can scan the whole building. I like the idea that Kosi talked about. Like for example, we have our own ship. For example, try to think you find a terminal, you can hack into a building, you can get the blueprint, and you can consult it during the whole match, that you can go back to it and you will see and you could choose a better way out instead of just marching. That would be a nice feature to have.
Yeah, that's the I like the mods
And to
about the
compensate
scanning.
for like people camping those terminals, you can just put them in a bunch of like numerous ones. Instead of big ones where
I was gonna say, I think Halo has such a charm to it just because it has like alternative weapons like the hammer, like energy swords. So I think you are onto something with, like, what can we do outside of guns?
Like a katana. That'd be sick.
I would like a
Railgun.
spear type weapon. I think it'd be really fun.
Anybody here played? Oh, so now I'm interrupting people.
Go ahead, Tanner. You're good, man.
52 people. You're
You're
fine.
Sean.
Anyone played games that come to mind, like Ratchet and Clank or other games like that actually do have those ability out of the box weapons?
Hours and hours into Ratchet and Clank. Oh my god.
Like what you call it? Like even the most basic, what is it? His wrench. You can you can use it for stuff and you can throw it and it comes back. Like thinking of melee weapons as like a core tool and a weapon is cool.
That's
As an idea,
Warframe does that.
So there's a thing called a laser musket. I don't know what games it's in, but it's like a musket, but a laser musket.
But a laser musket reloads must be like incredibly slow. When you
That's
think
true.
about it.
That's true.
It
Well,
would
like,
recognize-
isn't it to be like that? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So what are your guys' thoughts on, like, before you even start, like when you're searching for a map, like having like a practice arena? Like, I don't know if you guys have played like Rocket League, but like while you're searching for a game, you can like practice, right? What are your thoughts on that?
So I like firing range when
Yesterday, we had to talk about that, like a pregame lobby where you could either like proximity chat, talk to people, like do some things with other people. But there's like an area with like a firing range, right, where you could practice your gun mechanics.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, I was thinking more like, because I mean, if people don't like the idea of having like a central hub, like as you're like waiting for a match or whatever it is, or like as a main menu or something like that, like if you just had like a practice range that was like Kovacs basically, and you're just like practicing your aim the whole time while you're waiting for a match. I feel like that'd be very, very like beneficial almost, like for a lot of people.
No doubt.
Just one thing. Just one thing to close. Yeah, just to close the melee weapons. Just to close the melee weapons talk. I had an idea. What if we could have like a boomerang, energy boomerang, that could paralyze people for a second or two?
Be like the EMP.
Yeah, no,
That would
but
make
a
sense. An
boomerang
EMP style
instead
weapon.
of yeah, it's like you see every you guys, of course, you have seen Tron. They have these discs. Yeah, imagine a boomerang that you could have in your
That would be
or
sick.
something. Yeah, for another
Dude,
match.
that would make the game right there.
You could throw to another
Take my
man
50 odds right now.
You know, he would be paralyzed or slowed in his
We're
capacity.
theory crafting on the game now still, right?
Yes, we are. Full theory.
Yeah.
I hope someone's writing this down.
There's zero sitting here, so I don't know.
I don't think you can hear anything right now.
Oh, no.
He was on, and then he was actually unmuted for a while there. So
Yeah, he was.
But
what I found great does everyone remember one of the DLC weapons? It was like a pizza launcher, but it like would bounce the disc around the building. And if you got hit by the disc, you died. Obviously, we don't want to do anything lethal, but if that was like a gadget, like you had to have a skill shot with a disc that bounces, and if it hits breaks, you maybe get stunned. Not stunned, but like something status effect based. Actually, that's another thing. How do we build that status effect?
Like I said, if
All right,
you
I'm
have like
doing another game. If anybody wants to join, you're welcome to join.
Yes, Artix, thank you.
That's the best way to
Appreciate you, Artix.
keep away from. It's the best way to keep away from any of that nonsense in the
Is that
conspiracy
Artix
theory
right there? Hello,
I
friend.
haven't been looking.
Is it Arctics? Wow.
You guys should play some games. You guys should watch Artix play Warzone. It's like when he yells at you, he yells. Mostly
Listen,
go be out.
I competed in Counter-Strike for 2 years professionally.
You made me cry twice.